I will try. Definitely will. Yeah, I'm taking some of them in my office. Yeah, I'm moving some stuff around. Once we finish with the show. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you that are coming on, I want you to hit the like button, hit the share button, tag Lolly Dolly everybody, and let them know Prophet Ramon, the squad, and the Ramon Preston Show. We are live in the His House right here in the beautiful Buckhead community of Atlanta, and I am excited. What you say? I am excited. I am excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. Today I'm going to be talking about the top 5 rules for business success. For those of you that have been waiting and anticipating to see the manifestation of what you have worked so diligently for in your business, in your finances, I'm going to give you my top 5 rules for business success. So please hit the like button, hit the share button. Make sure that you are subscribed if you are on YouTube. Make sure that you're following us on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Instagram. Make sure that you're getting the notification so that when I do go live, whether it's from the show or any other random posts or lives that we host, you are getting those notifications. Please also drop the name of the city, the state, the country that you're watching from, who you representing. We want to know who you're representing today. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ramon Preston Show. I am your host, Ramon Preston. And guess what? Every Monday through Friday at 12 o'clock noon, we come to you live to share information with you that is specifically and strategically designed to help you start, structure, and scale your businesses, your ministries as well, your income streams, and your wealth building dreams. So I want you to think about all the personal, all the professional, and all the financial dreams and desires, aspirations and ambitions that you have had that you have yet to see come into fruition, fulfillment. I want to help you with that today because I want to talk to you about the top 5 rules for business success. So if you own a business, if you have a ministry, if you have a job, but you are also running a business and you're looking for ways, creative strategies, or opportunities to create some success in your business, I want to give you my top 5 rules. Now, of course, you can Google this same title, Top 5 Rules for Business Success, and I guarantee you, you're probably going to find thousands upon thousands of different rules that people have for business success. So this is coming out of my playbook, my own personal rule book, if you will, that I use and that we use in our company. So you can choose which one you want to use or all of them. But either way, these are the top 5 rules that I like to use for business success. So I want to get right to it today, which, by the way, my team, my squad, they're always joining us live. They always lurking on social media. So if you have any questions that you would like to ask concerning anything with regard to business or ministry or finances or real estate or wealth building, I want you to drop the question or questions in the comments, and I'll be more than happy to answer the questions. So today's topic is on the top 5 rules for business success. That's what we're talking about today. The top 5 rules for business success. And I know sometimes when people are talking about rules for success and principles for prosperity and things that relate to you succeeding in your business, sometimes it comes off as like philosophical. It's just like a philosophy or a point of view or just a person's perspective that they have about business. But the truth is, if you really listen to what I'm going to say to you today and you figure out how can you work that into what you do every day as a professional, as an employee, as a business owner, as entrepreneur, as a contractor, as a network marketer, if you just take those principles, those rules, and see how can you apply them to what you're doing in your life, professionally or financially, you're going to see that these rules can actually create results for you. So the top 5 rules for business success. Number one, the number one rule that I want to give you is to prioritize systems and processes. This would be my first of 5 rules for business success. You need to prioritize systems and processes. You need to prioritize systems and processes. So I want you to write that down, because I want you to really soak and marinate and just lean into each of these rules and figure out, how can I apply this rule as a principle into my personal life, into my business life? If you are in ministry, how can I apply that into my ministry life? If you are looking to succeed in certain areas of your finances, how can I apply that to my financial life? Well, the thing is, you have to prioritize systems and processes. So, for example, let me talk with you a little bit about how this looks. In order for you to prioritize systems, the first system you have to have is a business system. You have to have a business system. And most people who say they own a business don't understand that just because you own a legal entity like a LLC that's registered with the Secretary of State, that has an EIN, that you have opened a bank account for, just because you own that type of entity and you have implemented and executed those steps in owning it, it doesn't necessarily mean that you own a business system. In order for you to literally own a business system, you have to, yes, have a legal entity, but your legal entity needs to be connected to systems, technology, things that will keep it moving and growing, even if or when you're not personally moving or growing. All right? So you have to prioritize systems even before you prioritize processes. So this is why a lot of the teaching and the training that I do as a coach in our coaching program, and even on my university training platform, the reason why a lot of it is centered around the 4 main pillars for business success is because I know if you're going to prioritize systems to see business success, there are at least 4 systems within your business system you have to prioritize. You just cannot see success in your business if you don't have at least the 4 systems integrated into your business system. So let's just start with the first business system. You need a LLC. Preferably your first LLC should be a holding company. Any other LLC that you start after the first LLC will be an operating entity or a subsidiary. That is the more professional, sophisticated way of calling your operating company, okay? But once you have filed and formed your holding company LLC, once you have your Secretary of State articles, and once you have your EIN number with the IRS, once you have your bank account, okay, now you have a business. So now next, I need to figure out what systems, yeah, you said it right there. What systems do I need to integrate into this legal entity? What systems do I need to integrate into this legal entity? I'm telling you the 4 you have to prioritize. So there are 4 here, 4 systems here. All right. Those 4 systems, and I'll write it down, are sales, marketing, business systems, and I'll explain that in a minute, and financial systems. Those are the 4 main systems you have to integrate into your business system. So that's why I say you have to prioritize systems, meaning that once you create a business entity, it is not necessarily a business system until there's certain technology, there's certain operational functions that it has integrated into it. And those operational functions or systems have to be connected to sales, connected to marketing, connected to business systems and financial systems. Now, it's self-explanatory when I say sales. We're talking about you having a sales system, like you being able to have some type of system that you're using to not just generate sales, but to actually perpetuate sales, so that you're not just generating a sale and you made it, but how can I perpetuate it to make sure that I can continue to make sales? All right. Of course, that could be some automated sales system that's going to connect to having a CRM, which is short for a customer's relation management system. You're going to have some type of sales process that you use to bring people into your pipeline. So there are a lot of granular individual details that make up the sales system, but at least you have to know I need a sales system. A marketing system is very similar. So we're talking about having email campaign marketing, having a certain marketing system or a marketing campaign for social media. This needs to be systematized. So of course you're going to do a lot of this stuff on a manual level while you're building the nuts and bolts of it, when you're creating an infrastructure for it. But nevertheless, once you lock it in and you're saying, okay, now I got technology I can use. Each of these systems has technology connected to it. So now for my sales, I have a system put in place. For my marketing, I have a system. So what are business systems? When I say business systems, I'm really referring to other extra systems that are beyond the scope of sales, marketing, and financial. Like there needs to be an executive system. So for example, I'm the CEO. Okay, well, this is my executive role. So there needs to be an executive system, meaning that there needs to be a system for training for me as a CEO. There needs to be a system for leading as a CEO. So I got to be learning and be trained to be sure that I can do my job well. But I also have to be able to lead the people who are following me in all of these other systems or departments. So there has to be an executive system. There has to be an operations system. So now we got to think about logistics. That can go all the way down into the nuts and bolts of if you have certain products that you have to mail out. What are the logistics behind that? What is the system behind mailing things out or taking and processing information when people are bringing it in, and making sure that if there are certain mail operations or logistics that you have in this system, how is it connected to the marketing that you did to get the person? How is it connected to the sales and how you process the payment? So all of these systems have to work together cohesively. And then we have our financial systems. The most common financial system for businesses is QuickBooks or some type of financial management system. And so when you think about prioritizing systems, and if you identify with at least those 4, you can start to see how, wow, I can actually run a business if my business is put together as a system. So that's why I like to say, when people say, oh, I own a business, most likely if they don't understand this, they're not saying I own a business system. They just have a good idea on paper, meaning that they have filed and formed their legal documents. They may have an operating agreement. They may have a logo. They may have certain branding done. They may have an EIN. They may have a bank account. They may have a domain name or email that's dedicated to their business name, but they don't have a business system. This is why the first rule for business success is you have to prioritize systems, and then you're able to start prioritizing processes. So what's the difference between systems and processes? Well, think about it. If you have a sales system, so that means you have a CRM, you have a customer relations management system. So that means when people come into your ecosystem, when people come into your pipeline and you gather their emails and you gather their names and you gather their numbers and you bring them into your sales funnel, into your pipeline, into your business ecosystem or into the sales system, now we've got to have a process for how do I walk them through the sales process? How do I walk them through the cycle of getting them from just being a lead from social media who clicked the link to being a prospect who's interested in product A or service B, into bringing them to become real customers and real clients. And then once they purchase something and become a customer and client, how do I keep them as a loyal client or customer? This is where the process is. And each of these systems need a process. There needs to be a process for your marketing. There needs to be a process for operations, for logistics. My wife, she is the COO. She's the Chief Operations Officer of our business system. And guess what? There is an operational system that she leads as the COO, or more generally speaking, there's a department that she leads, and because she oversees the day-to-day operations of our organizational enterprise, there are certain processes that she has every day that she wants us as a company to walk through. So that means when the day starts, we do this, we do that, we do this, we do that. We document that data, we track it, we update it throughout the day. What are we doing? We're implementing and executing certain processes based on a system that's connected to our business. So number one, you have to prioritize systems and processes. For those of you that have any questions on that, I want you to reach out to me. And if you're not a member of our coaching program, if you're not if you're not a member of our online training program, I want to urge you to really move into looking at becoming a member of our programs. Our coaching program, we give you access to our online training program. You get it for the entire time that you're in our coaching program. And you're going to learn these things. This is what I teach. This is how we show people and help people start, structure, and scale their businesses. There's no way you're going to start, structure, and scale a business or a ministry or an organization or even an income stream or wealth building dream. You can't start, structure, and scale them unless or until you have prioritized systems and processes. Number two, top 5 rules for business success. Number 2, this is like one of my favorite ones. Keep a calculator and always do the math. My whole team knows I'm like a stickler when it comes to this. You always have to keep a calculator and you always have to do the math. Now, if you've been around me long enough, you know exactly where I'm going with this when I say keep a calculator and do the math. So there are a lot of apps you have on your phone, right? So my wife and I, we're in real estate. We have a real estate company, investment company. We just launched a new real estate venture just this past week. If you don't know, RP Capital is a multi-strategy real estate investment firm that we just launched this past Monday. And our focus, this is like a shameless plug, by the way. Our focus with RP Capital is to literally acquire value add properties to develop asset management opportunities and to really take residential and commercial properties that fit our criteria and implement very, very creative repositioning strategy. So for those of you, just a side note, for those of you that are thinking about selling a piece of property that you own, whether it's commercial or residential, there are certain criteria that we're looking for. But if you are thinking about selling your property and you're just concerned about making sure you have the right people on your team or working with you, whether that's agents or lenders or brokers or lawyers or whoever it is, or just the right people on your team to help you make the sale and to make sure that you maximize your profits. We want to shorten that. We want to shorten that process for you, and we want to help you mitigate and minimize your risk and your stress. And so what you can do is you can go to RamonPreston.com. What is it? For RP Capital, RamonPrestonCapital.com. RamonPrestonCapital.com. You could go to RamonPrestonCapital.com. We actually provide a free property assessment. So if there's a property that you're thinking about selling and you just want to make sure that you have the right numbers on it, this is why it came to my mind, because I was thinking about math. If you want to know what the analytics are behind that property, you want to make sure that it's being assessed correctly so that you're getting the most value out of it. Feel free to go to RamonPrestonCapital.com. 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 And I'll be more than happy to conduct a preliminary underwriting assessment for your property. We give that for free, okay? So back to my second rule. Keep a calculator and always do the math. Like, your calculator that's on your phone should be like one of your best friends. Seriously, it should be one of your best friends, because one of the things that I teach all of my students, and I really work with all of my clients with, that is to help them move from just learning and getting information intellectually, but transferring that information mathematically. Okay? That might have just went over your head. Let me explain it to you a different way. Keep a calculator and always do the math. All right? So you need to say that to yourself. I need to keep my calculator open, the app, and I always need to do the math. So you hear people say, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. Well, the truth is, if I can't do the math on a certain thing that I'm looking at getting done, it's not going to resonate with me, okay? So when you're owning a business, and when you're trying to build your business and really succeed in your business, here is what you need to do. You need to learn to go from intelligence to mathematics. This is the simple way of me explaining it. So when you are intelligent about something, you know what you want to sell, you know how you want to market, like you know all the stuff about your business intellectually. That means you might be educated, right? You might have a lot of information. You may have a lot of knowledge, right? You may just be like a human database. Well, all that's intellectual. Like the way you really learn to do the math as a business owner is when you can take all of this stuff here and convert it into mathematics. So if there's something you want to do with a product or a service, I want to sell product A, and I want to provide service B. Well, don't just say you want to sell product A and sell service B and say, well, I want this product and this service, or this business I start, I want it to put me in a position where I could be financially free. You got to do the math on that. So that means how many products do I need to sell? See, that's going to be a number you're going to have. And how many services do I need to sell? And what is the dollar amount that I need? So number two, the rule of keeping a calculator and always doing the math, it's really centered around you learning to convert all the information you have, converting info into dollars and numbers. This is like, oh my God, y'all, this is the game. This right here is the game. If you can figure this out, I don't know how many clients. Matter of fact, I just talked to 2 clients the other day. And when I was talking to them, they were just saying, oh my God, basically what they were saying was, the only regret we have is that we did not connect with you sooner. And then they went on to tell me how, they appreciate everything that they're learning, and how now, because their minds have been converted, they've been converted into real business owners who understand principles or rules that other business owners don't understand. They were sharing with me how everything they do now is looked at as a math problem. So it's like, oh, we want to do this and we want to do that in our business and we want to try this. And every time they come up with these ideas, they automatically take the info and they convert it into dollars and math. Because why? I want to make sure whatever it is that I'm doing in my business makes dollars and it makes numerical sense. Because if it don't make dollars, right, it don't make numerical sense. So if I can't see what I want to do in my business in the form of a dollar amount, in the form of a number, if all I got is information, I'm not going to do it because it's not going to make sense. And if it doesn't make sense to me, guess what? It's not going to make sense to the bank. It's not going to make sense to lenders, to clients, to customers, to the market. It's not going to make sense to nobody if it doesn't make sense to you. And the only way it's going to trigger to make sense in your mind, the right way so you can get results, is if you take it from an information level, intellectual level, and push it into a mathematical or numerical level. All right, that's number two. Number three. The third top rule for business success is sell your products and services. This is a big one. Like you are sold. Now that's a big statement right there, but it's a powerful rule. Rule number 3 is sell your products and services like you're sold. Sell like you're sold. I want you to write that down if you're taking notes. Rule number 3, sell your products and services like you're sold. So let me explain to you how that works. Number 1, you cannot sell a product or service that you're not sold on. Does that make sense? I'm going to say it again. You cannot sell a product or service you're not sold on. So in order for me to sell something, I have to be sold on the something that I'm selling. Okay? So you can't give me some type of illegal drug, at least at this point in my life. No. You'd have caught me like 30 years ago, yeah. But you can't give me no crack or no cocaine, or you can't give me no weed and tell me, go out there, Ramon, and sell it to your customer base. Start marketing your dope dealing business. Like, you can't do that. You know why I can't sell it? Because I'm not sold on it. And the truth is, like, I don't drink sodas. I used to drink sodas, but I don't drink sodas. There are a lot of things I don't drink. I don't eat. I don't eat meat. All right. So there are a lot of things I'm not sold on. So I really can't sell it. Like, you can't get me. I mean, I might be able to, Like I might be able to sell, let's say, a rib sandwich. If I have I know how to cook ribs now, so I could sell it. But my point is, I won't really have a conviction on selling certain things that I'm not sold on. So I don't mind selling things I'm selling. You know why? I'm sold on it. This is one of the reasons why it was always easy for me to evangelize. When I started my ministry, I had no problem knocking on doors. Hey, how you doing? My name is Ramon Preston. We have a ministry. We're hosting Bible study around. Oh, I'm not interested. Okay, bless you. Have a nice day. Go to somebody else's door. Not interested. Go to somebody else's door. Well, I don't believe in God. I'm Muslim, or I don't believe in God. I'm this, I'm that. I'm an atheist. All right, well, love you, man. Appreciate you. Thank you for your time. I go to the next door. You know why I didn't concern myself with disappointment? And this was in ministry. I used to do this. The reason why I could stand on corners and pass out flyers and invite people to come to church. I do the same thing in business. I can promote my business. I can talk about my business. I can push my products and services. I can sell you. You know why? Because I'm sold. So this is a powerful, powerful rule. Sell your products and services like you're sold. And here's another point I want to make on this. I want you to think about what you're selling right now. Give me an idea. Maybe some of y'all could put something in the comments. What products are you selling right now that you have, and what is the price of it? Give me one product that you're selling and give me the price of it. Give me an example. If anybody's watching live, if you have an example, I want you to give me an example of at least one product or service that you're selling and the dollar amount of that product. Give me your best product. The one that you know is like the game changer for you, or your best service. Give me that service. Excuse me, and give me the dollar amount of what it is as well, if you have any. So while some of you might be typing that in, let me get to my point. So if you have, I'll use me as an example. I can give y'all my number. So let's say I have an online training program, right? One of my programs is called the Blueprint Game Plan. It is a business and financial training program. It's video based, hundreds of courses and videos and interactive lessons and documents and forms, and a lot of training on business, holding companies, goal setting, financial tax strategies, financial literacy, accounting, real estate investing, nonprofit startups. So we have a whole lot of courses that we teach and train, and it's an on-demand program. This is called our Blueprint Game Plan, right? So this program is a $1,500 program for 1 year. Now I'm selling you, but I'm not selling you right now. I'm just sharing with you what I have to use as an example, right? So for 1 year access, you can purchase our Blueprint Game Plan, and we offer a 12-month payment program. So that means it's really not $1,500, it's really $125. So think about it. You could get access to a $1,500 program, hundreds of courses to learn how to start and structure and scale your own holding company, build it out, learn financial tax strategies, learn accounting, learn real estate investing, goal setting, scheduling, learn how to manage the day-to-day operations of your business. You learn a lot of information about business and finance for $125, right? So it's $125 a month, or for 12 months, or it's a one-time payment. So that's $1,500. Now, rule number 3 suggests that I have to be able to sell my products and services like I'm sold. I'm sold on this. Number 1, because am I confident that what I am teaching and training in this program actually works? Yes, I am confident. I don't just believe it works. I'm confident it works. You know why? Because everything that I put in here, I'm actually doing. So it's the same recipe that I use to fix my meal that I put in this program so you can fix your meal. So if you use this program and you learn the recipes and you fix the meals of your business, of your sales, of your marketing, of your finances, and your accounting, and all the things that I teach, goal setting and scheduling, guess what? You're not going to get my results. You're going to get your results, but you're still going to get better results because it's a principle and it's a practice that works for me based on certain information. So I can sell it because I'm sold on it. Now, if this program wasn't mine, and I looked at all of the courses and all of the training videos and all of the documents and forms and lessons, and I wanted to learn more about business and finance, would I pay $1,500 for a year to get access to something that could probably make me hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars? Yes, I would. Because in my mind, I'll be thinking, wow, if it don't work, what's the worst can happen? I lose $1,500 and just learn a little bit that I might have been able to learn on YouTube. What's the best can happen? Well, this could actually work, and I could take a $1,500 program and become a millionaire with it. The same way the guy who's teaching it did, because he's not just teaching me stuff he believes, he's teaching me stuff he's confident about because he uses it every day. So I can sell products and services like I'm sold. So you cannot sell above the level that you're sold. My rich uncle says it this way, I think. To the degree you're sold, you'll sell. I think that's his way of saying it. He said, to the degree you're sold, you will sell. So you got to make sure that you're sold on the products and services that you're providing. And trust me, I can listen to somebody when they're giving a pitch about their products and services. I can tell when they're confident in it. I can tell when they're really not sure. A lot of entrepreneurs struggle with that. And you might not be able to tell that other people can tell, but we can watch you and listen to you when you're talking about your program or your products and services, and we could tell, yeah, you're not confident in that. You're not really sure about your because you're not sold on it. So you got to get sold on it. And you got to get sold on it to the point that now you're selling what you know without a shadow of a doubt you're sold on. Number 4, the 4th rule for business success. This is a big one too. Be unreasonable. Be unreasonable with 3 things. With your attitude, with your information, and with your actions. All right, that's number 4. This is a pretty good lesson for y'all on a Friday. This is a good lesson for y'all. I'm giving y'all some good game today. For those of you that's watching, you could tell your family and your friends and your spouse and your boo or whoever you go hang out with tonight, man, I got schooled today. Prophet Ramon gave me some game today. Number 4, be unreasonable. So first of all, let's think about what being unreasonable is. What is being unreasonable? Let's Google unreasonable. Can we do that? Let's Google the word unreasonable. Unreasonable. What is unreasonable? Because I want you to understand this. Unreasonable means to go beyond the limits of acceptability and fairness. Unreasonable means not being governed by or acting according to reason. That means you're not conforming to the norm. That means to some extent you are absurd in your beliefs. That means you exceed the bounds of reason or moderation, working under unreasonable pressure. So whatever it is that you're unreasonable in, when you are unreasonable, I really want you to catch that. When you are unreasonable, that means you are absurd in your thinking. Basically, you cray-cray. People listen to you, people watch you, and people think, oh my God, you doing way too much. But the truth is, most people are so reasonable in business that they never succeed. Most people are average. They are not absurd. They are not crazy. They are not defying the laws that govern business. They're doing it the way everybody else does it, or what regular, normal, reasonable people suggested to them it should be done, which is why they don't see unreasonable results. But the rule for business success that I want you to adopt and to adapt to is the rule of becoming unreasonable. But what are you going to become unreasonable with? Number one, you need to become unreasonable with your attitude. Now, one of my clients, I don't even know what day it was. What day was it when we were on the phone, on the conference call with, coaching call with Miss Harris? That was the other day, wasn't it? Whatever day it was, Tuesday. I'm just sharing this with you because I want you to see how powerful being unreasonable is. One of my coaching clients, and she's been with us since last year. I think she connected with us when? Last August or September? She connected with us over a year ago. And she didn't even start as a coaching client. She started as a consulting client. She reached out to me because she wanted a consultant, and she came and got consultations, and I worked with her for a few months. And then once we launched our 1-year business coaching program, she immediately signed up, and even signed up some of her family members individually signed up themselves. My point in bringing this up is she has been around me enough to hear me say a lot of unreasonable things, to the extent, and she's a minister too, and she's prophetic, and she's one of them old school seasoned saints. I love those kind of saints because I got those people all over my life, like my spiritual mother and father, my spiritual mentors. They're all like seasoned in the gospel. They've been saved and in ministry 50, 60 years. Every one of them that I look up to. And so not only has she listened to how unreasonable I am when it comes to business and finances and life and legacy and wealth building, but she is unreasonable in her beliefs and in her faith. And the other day, while we're conducting a coaching call with her, she says, basically in no uncertain terms, Prophet Ramon, let me remind you, God showed me you're going to be a billionaire. God showed me that I don't even know if she says you're going to be. God showed me you were a billionaire. I saw that in the spirit. She said, trust me, believe me. When God showed me something, it's going to happen. And I'm listening to her and I'm thinking, I'm definitely going to believe you. I mean, I believe me when I say it, but I'm really going to believe you when you say it, because this lady was talking to me via Zoom on a coaching call while sitting in a room in a house that she just purchased, cash, paid for, no notes. She like, I'm living good. My life is great. I'm doing amazing. And I'm thinking, man, have I seen such amazing manifestations in her life. So why am I bringing that up? Not just to fluff feathers and pat myself on the back and praise my own pawn as if, oh, you gonna be a billionaire. You know, I'm just showing you I'm unreasonable. So for me to be unreasonable with my attitude, that's why people are going to gravitate around me. And she didn't say, well, I don't know if you're going to be, a billionaire. She said, you need to stop talking about you're a millionaire. Excuse me. That's what she was saying. She was saying, you need to stop talking about you're going to be a millionaire or you're a millionaire. She said, you need to be using the word be. Billionaire. You're not a millionaire. You're a billionaire. That's what God showed me. I was like, yes, ma'am. I'm going to change my vocabulary. In other words, I want to be unreasonable in my attitude, right? You also want to be unreasonable with your information. This is a hard one for you entrepreneurs. This is so hard for entrepreneurs because a lot of you entrepreneurs, all the stuff you know, you don't want to share with nobody. Ooh, if anything gets on my nerve, it's an entrepreneur who got all this information that don't want to share with nobody. Well, I don't want nobody to steal my stuff. You ain't got to worry about it because ain't nobody going to ever know the stuff you got. Because you don't tell nobody. You got to share and should be unreasonable with it. You should be unreasonable with it. You should be unreasonable with it. Like, you should be giving it away for free. I'm going to tell y'all something. I don't even know if you recognize this. I'm talking to my CMO, my Chief Marketing Officer. I don't even know if you recognize this, but I shut off the monetization on YouTube. You know why? Because I got to a point where I felt like I don't want to put a wall between what I'm giving out and it's so valuable and the people who want it. Because it's not enough meat on the bone. So me and her, we just talking about how we shut off the monetization. We tried it for a couple months and was making money on YouTube. But I was like, once I started seeing the type of money that comes in from the views, I know it can go up. And maybe at some point we go back when we got millions and millions of views to make a couple $100,000. We ain't gonna leave no money on the table. But at this point, I had to make a decision to be unreasonable with my information, and I had to weigh that against the business success I'm looking for, not just the business success I have. So even though at some point we may reset the monetization, but at this point, when I go to my YouTube page, I'm talking about me personally, we visit our own YouTube pages. So when we go there, when I'm looking at videos, I'm kind of aggravated when somebody always popping up with an ad when I want to watch this video. So I was like, you know what? I just don't think this is the best move for me to get information to my people. I want to be unreasonable. And how many videos we got on there? 900. This video gonna make 901. So we have almost 1,000 videos. Definitely gonna have 1,000 videos on there before this year is out. But guess what? We're being unreasonable with information, because even though the couple $100 that may be coming in that we missing for monetization on YouTube, even though that money is real money, but it's not worth it when I put it against the business success that I want. I would rather give the people who I'm building my audience around, I would rather give you the luxury of being able to go on there when you want to and not have to deal with commercials. So it's like a commercial-free platform. And again, that could change next week. Because shoot, we get 20 million views and YouTube start reaching out to us because they like, okay, you got 100,000 followers, subscribers, and you know you could make $1,800 a week or $2,500 every other day. I'd be like, well, y'all gonna have to deal with commercials. So I'll change it. But my point is, today, I'm looking at business success and I'm going by an unreasonable rule. Number 3, you want to be unreasonable in your actions. Well, that's a part of being unreasonable in your actions. One of the clients that we just had a coaching session with in person this morning, I love what she was telling me. She was telling me about a property she's about to lease for her company, a nice facility for her company. She already has her plan in place, her business plan. She has her staffing plan, her marketing plan she's working on. She's going to be working on a sales plan to get more clients and create more opportunities. But one of the biggest things she said that really just triggered me, and I was like, that's what I'm talking about. She was talking about how while she's transitioning out of her W-2 into her business full time, so her business can be taken care of and she can afford to make that transition, she's also cashing out on certain things that she's held up, like certain retirement accounts that she's going to take and move over into her business, because that's going to be her pension. That's going to be her retirement. That's going to be her nest egg. And she's doing it the right way. So guess what that is? An unreasonable action. That's an unreasonable action. So that's number 4. Number 5, this is the last rule I want to give you for business success. Number 5 is make connections, contacts, and conversions. Number 5, rule number 5. Make connections, contacts, and conversions. Now, this is so like multi-layered. This is really multi-layered. So what do you mean by making connections, contacts, and conversions? Well, it's multi-layered. So from the business side of things, when it comes to you building your business, you want to make connections, not just with people who could potentially buy your products and services, but you want to make connections with people who can fuel your business and really challenge you to grow your business. You want to make those kind of connections. Another word that you can kind of use with this level of connection is proximity. You have to get in proximity to people who are doing better than you and who are going to challenge you to do better because they're going to help assist you to do better. And guess what? I can almost guarantee if you want to make connections with quality people and be in close proximity with quality people, some of y'all don't want to hear this, especially you church folks, because you all saved and you just love God and you just think God gonna lead you to everybody every time, as if he can't use you to spend money to be led to the right people. You can't be thinking like that. You got to change the way you think. And if all you got to use as an excuse is, well, I'm going to just wait till the Lord lead me. Well, the Lord can lead you for free and he can lead you to pay money. So if God leads you to connect with somebody for free, why he can't lead you to pay money to connect with somebody? It's just ridiculous. It's an excuse that we use, that we put the responsibility on God, when the truth is, when you didn't have money to pay a bill and you had to believe God, right? You had to believe God, and God made a way out of no way and you paid the bill. But didn't you still pay the bill? The money had to come from somewhere. You just act like you walking. Some people just act like they walk around and God go on everybody's computer and eliminate your bills. If that's the case, why do Christians have foreclosures? Why do Christians have evictions? Why do Christians have repossessions? Why do Christians get divorced? Why do Christians have baby mama and baby daddy drama? Why do Christians have kids without being married? Why do Christians have hangovers? Why do Christians have withdrawals from drugs that they shouldn't be taking? You know why? Because God ain't leading your behind everywhere now. You led your behind there. Come on now. And so when you get in business, don't start getting all dignified in your theology like, well, I'm going to just sit back, do nothing, and be led to the right person. Of course that happens. Of course that happens. But there are times that being led means that God is going to give you the resources to pay to have proximity to certain people in certain places doing certain things. That's how it works. So for example, if God leads you to a lawyer, it don't mean he led you to that lawyer for the lawyer to do something for you for free. If God leads you to a certain store, did he lead you to that store because you walked in there and the store just felt good today and they was going to give you that item? No, he led you there, but you still had to use your natural resources to close the deal. And so don't be afraid to pay money to make the right connections. That's a big issue for a lot of Christians, but you got to learn to do it. So also you got to make contacts. Now, Here's a saying that you are hear in the sales circle. Contacts equals contracts. You caught that? Contacts equals contracts. So I can't have a contract. I can't make an agreement with you. I can't do business with you if I don't make contact with you. All right? And so your contacts, yes, that is similar to your connections to people that you want to be in close proximity with, but this is more centered towards you making sales, you coming into contact with leads and prospects, and getting the attention from people so that your contact with them can turn into a contractual business deal that you do with that individual. And the third thing is you have to make conversions. You have to make conversions. That means these connections and these contacts need to be converting into more sales for your business. Connections and contacts needs to be creating more conversions in your revenue, more conversions in your opportunities. Now, some people may feel like, well, I'm just not an opportunist. I'm not trying to be out here just always trying to get over on people and building relationships and connecting and contacting people just because I want to make money. Well, business is about profit and business is about purpose. So when you have a business and that business is connected to profit and purpose, you're going to learn that you can make money and be a blessing to people all at the same time. So ladies and gentlemen, those are the top 5 rules for business success. Number 1, prioritize systems and processes. Number 2, keep a calculator and always do the math. Number 3, sell your products, services like your soul. Number 4, be unreasonable with your attitude, information, and actions. And number 5, make connections, make contacts. So ultimately in your business, you can make